Hey everybody, welcome to episode 15 of the TINT Tint podcast. That's right, we're still here, corona free, hopefully. That rhymed, so...
Yeah, that's nice.
You know what I mean?
You could be like a rapper.
Maybe one day. But thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate all the support, we appreciate the views, and I want to ask you, watch the full videos, tell all your friends, keep spreading the word. We want the subs.
There's nothing else to do. Yeah, there's nothing better to do. You're stuck at home. You probably can't go anywhere. You can't go out. You can't, talk, hang out with your friends. You can't go to the bowling alley.
You can't even have a good thought in your head.
You can't go to the local frickin', sex club where...
They're all closed.
Yeah, they're all closed now. There is no more swingers clubs open right now.
It's a shame.
Which is a god-awful shame. And
so, instead, check out this podcast.
Check out us.
Sub it. Now, more than ever.
Please subscribe for the love of God.
Please subscribe. So yeah, thanks guys for tuning in, and we're in the middle of a coronavirus pandemic still, and we're going to talk about it a little bit, but then I want to move on.
Do you think it's ever going to go away? Do you think it's ever going to go away?
Yeah, of course it's going to go away.
You really think so?
It's going to go away in a sense where...
It doesn't go away?
Yeah. Well, no, they have it in their back pocket to be like, at any time they want. Whoa, it's back again.
Corona's back.
Yeah, so it's going to go away temporarily. And then it'll be back anytime they need us to just be inside.
Yeah.
For some reason. So anyways, before we get into it, Corona talk in the beginning, and then I want to move past because people need to laugh.
Wait, now that you made me think of something. You know the G5 network, which they're testing around America now? Or 5G? Whatever, yeah. 5G, G5. The 5G network that they're testing right now, because it could be very harmful to people if they're just like on the outside and those microwaves are hitting them, right?
Now you sound like me.
This would be the perfect opportunity. It's like, whoa, there's a kind of coronavirus outside. You better get inside. And then the military is like, turning the knobs, just like, more 5G. No, even more 5G.
Okay, so listen, I don't want to hear more conspiracy talk. Okay.
Yeah. Except we know it's true.
I'm all about it, right? So yes, there's a lot of talk going on that this is fucking 5G being rolled out. Where did it roll out from?
China.
In a huge...
China.
Yeah.
China.
No, not just China. Not just China. Wuhan. Wuhan specifically.
Wuhan.
Then there's reports in Switzerland multiple reports where they had to stop 5G rollout because it was making people sick. And then immediately after the government was like, no, it wasn't making people. Well, you didn't say that. We didn't say that, but there was multiple reports on that.
I don't know about you, but Wuhan to me sounds like the most delicious dish in the world. If someone served me a bowl of Wuhan, it's like, what is that? It's Wuhan. I'm like, wow.
There's a bat in it.
That's noodles,
and just little things of Corona as parsley. These are strange times, people.
Yeah.
And we just want to laugh, We want to entertain and we want to make people laugh. But
unless your relatives have died.
Yeah, that would be a bummer.
I'm sorry.
But again, ask as many people as you can, guys. See who has this coronavirus. Do you know anybody who has it? Find out. Because what's crazy to me is celebrities are getting it left and right. Is it because of all the swinging parties that they go to?
Well, here's the thing. I think that there is a direct correlation between the amount of people you have physical contact with and the chances of spreading the, disease. Especially in Hollywood, where...
They all bang each other.
No. Excuse me. I was about to burp, and I was pulling it back. Especially where a lot of these people are talking to executives from China, because a lot of the movies that are made here, not every one of them goes to China, okay? Because if it has some sort of a message that is communism, anti-socialism in a way that they don't like, you don't get, they block it, or they edit it, or they do this, or they do that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people here from China, shaking hands with Tom Hanks. So Tom Hanks was, it was no surprise he was the first one to go down.
Tom Hanks is in Australia.
Where there's a lot of Chinese people.
And Tom Hanks travels with his big ass Corona typewriter. Did you know that? He's like, I'm stuck here quarantined in Australia, and here's my typewriter that I bring with me, and it's a Corona typewriter.
Why?
Yeah, no, I don't care.
Corona is a model of typewriter.
Why, as an actor, did you go to a different continent and bring this big ass typewriter? What are you doing? Why?
Have you ever read the book, or have you ever seen the movie Naked Lunch?
I've seen the movie.
Well, because that typewriter has an anus that talks, and it spits out black tar heroin.
Now you're being gross and weird. But
just watch the movie.
In that day, that's what you used to type on. A typewriter. You don't use that anymore. So why is Tom Hanks going to Australia with a big ass typewriter? That's a Corona typewriter. Why?
I just explained it to you.
There's no good reason. Anyways, dude, it's like a ghost town outside. Bro,
there's like nobody
stuff.
outside.
This is weird stuff going on.
You go into any major city, even here in Chicago, you go into downtown, nobody there.
Nobody's there.
Nobody there.
And speaking of Chicago, so a couple days after we recorded our last episode, the weather was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And all kinds of people went to Lakeshore Drive, and they were just walking, jogging.
Had a nice time.
Trying to live their life, trying to be, not cooped up, not told to stay home.
And what happened?
The next day in the paper, the mayor.
Was it just in the paper, or did you get the phone?
Well, hold on. So the next, I bought the morning paper, right? And the front page headlines of the Chicago Sun-Times was, "Really, Chicago? You call this social distancing?"
Oh.
And it was the mayor. It was a quote from the mayor. And she was mad. She was mad. And so then, she was mad that people were trying to live their lives and not be afraid.
Yeah.
And then later that evening, I'm sitting there watching television, tell a lie to my vision, with my wife, and beep, 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 here comes an emergency broadcast. And it says, as of now, all Chicago, all the Lakeshore Drive parks, all of that is shut down. It's all closed. And if you're caught there, you can get a fine. For trying to walk,
$500 fine.
Trying to walk, for trying to jog, for trying to just be alive.
Mm-hmm.
You get a fine.
I got this on my phone. I'm like walking. I went over to
You went everywhere, dude.
Well, listen,
That's so crazy.
I went over to my mom's house. My mom, my dad, they're cooped up. Older people, they have nothing to do, right?
It's a concern for them, I'm sure, and everybody who has older.
And so I'm like, hey, let's take a walk. But let's more like she said, let's take a walk, because I don't want to walk anywhere. But she's like, let's take a walk. And so we started walking. We were walking. We walk one block, and then it's like, and I'm like, Mom, I think your phone is making an incredible amount of noise. And so she pulls it out, and that's what it says. It says, if you go to the beach, or if you go to any single, we are going to come to your house and we're going to just murder you. And,
well, so I want to talk about this.
I think that's real.
And then I want to bring it back. Because if you're in the mainstream and you try and say, hey, let's put this in perspective.
Yes.
This is a tough flu, and they will slam you down, right? So the first case of that is Vanessa Hudgens from High School Musical.
I don't know what that is.
I only know because I have a daughter who was of age around that time, and so she
High School Musical is a musical.
It's a thing. It's got that Efron boy, but So it was
Zac Efron?
Yeah, you
He's
of course
so good looking.
Of course you're all over that.
I love
guy.
that guy.
And so
didn't he play the serial murderer in that one movie?
he was Ted Bundy.
Oh, he was so sexy in that movie.
So Vanessa Hudgens does a post, I'm sure it was like Instagram or tweet or whatever the hell they do, and she was like, hey, so this is a flu, and people are going to get sick, and people will die, and so, but let's keep it in perspective, and let's try to move on and live our life without fear, something along those lines,
Can
right?
I ask you a question?
And the mainstream was like, no, shut up, this is serious, you need to take this serious, and everybody just freaked out on her, and then she had to take down the post and give a tearful apology. I'm sorry that I tried to tell people to not be afraid. That's basically what it was.
All right, here's my question. How come, because this is based on a true story, how come Ted Bundy, the actual murderer, got so many more letters from ladies than I ever have in my life? I've never killed a lady. And yet, this guy, who's killed many a lady, he's getting letters left and right. Come marry me, come do this, come do that. I swear to God, I've never killed even one woman. And you know how many letters I've gotten?
Nothing.
None!
Don't shout.
I didn't shout.
Here's the thing. He has charisma that you lack. In any event,
Hey, all right. Well, there you go. He had a certain je ne sais quoi.
Followed by murder.
Yeah.
A lot of murder.
He was,
any lady who, hey, ladies, if you're into serial killers,
yeah, he's your guy.
Yeah,
he's
roll the dice and go do that.
Yeah.
I don't think in society we have any use for you. So, and now, the other mainstream person that kind of said something that was against the narrative was Evangeline Lilly. You know Evangeline Lilly?
No, you keep bringing up these names of people. I have no idea who the hell they are.
No, you don't. I know you don't. You don't watch or do nothing.
No, because you're
She's from Lost.
You're watching reality TV 24/7. When he's not here, when he's in his place, it's reality TV, wall to wall. He has 6 televisions on a loop. Nothing but reality TV.
I put the things in my eyes. Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork style.
Reality. Because it's so real. Reality TV.
Yeah.
So anyways, Evangeline Lilly, she's from Ant-Man and the Wasp, dude. She's the Wasp.
No way. I thought that was what's-his name's daughter.
Who?
Richie from the Cunninghams. Richie Cunningham's daughter.
That's the redhead?
Yeah. Wasn't that her?
No, she's not in Marvel movies.
I thought she was in Lost World, the second part, Escape Part 2.
You're confusing Lost World, yeah.
And
Jurassic Park with the TV show Lost.
And then she was in Lost.
And that has nothing to do with Ant-Man.
Either way, she was good.
This isn't about her. This is about Evangeline Lilly. And what she said was, on March 16th, some people value their lives over freedom. Some people value freedom over their lives. And then she said, where we are right now feels a lot too close to martial law for my comfort already, all in the name of a respiratory flu.
I've said it before, and I don't want to say it again, but will you stop bringing up one of the best Tekken characters ever created?
Martial law.
Okay? This guy, if you want to enter any Tekken tournament, you can be, give me some names.
You don't know.
You can be the Tiger guy. You can be
You can be Paul Phoenix.
Yeah.
I'm Paul Phoenix. I'm Tekken.
You can be any of these people. Okay.
Law.
You could be. What's the name of the one who does all the?
That's Street Fighter.
Oh, that's Street Fighter. But what I have a point here. My point is leave martial law out of this because he's a nice guy and he has great moves and I think that
combos.
He has great combos. I mean, he has not just great combos, but he has a great block and then combo.
So we're not getting any money from Tekken, but if you're stuck in the house and you got a PlayStation,
Play some Tekken.
Play some Tekken. It's a badass fighting game. Let me ask you this: how many times have you beaten me in Tekken?
Probably none, because you used to play it
Definitely none.
Non-stop.
Yeah.
You used to.
I had 6 TVs.
Well, no, there was a time when we used to play it in arcades, and it was kind of even, and then all of a sudden he's got it in his house, and he's living the Tekken life. Okay, it's nothing but Tekken. You know, you knock on his door, you call him on the phone, you can't get an answer because he's in the Tekken zone.
I disappeared for 2 years.
2 years!
And now I'm undefeatable at Tekken. Is undefeatable a word?
No.
Alright, so back to this. So Evangeline
And you know what is a word?
What?
Undefeatable.
I don't think that.
That is a
that
word.
almost came across as a...
Undefatigable.
What does that mean?
Where you cannot get fatigued. Undefatigable. It's a chance. Hey, I'm not making a joke. Okay, it's a word.
You didn't make up the word. I think it's a terrible word. There's some words that I don't like, and that one just joined the list. Yeah. All right, so Evangeline Lilly, and then she had another post where she was like, you know, my kids wash their hands, they're going to gym practice, they're laughing, they're happy.
Yeah.
Right? I choose freedom, right? So then Sophie Turner, do you know who that is?
No.
Sansa Stark.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. So she found out about this and she was like, no way, not on her watch. So she goes to Twitter or whatever they do, and she's like, to Evangeline Lilly, don't be effing stupid. But she said the F word. And here's where she really broke it down. Here's the T. Stay inside. Don't be effing stupid. Even if you count your freedom, quote unquote, over, I don't know what it is, like your health. I don't give a F about your freedom. You can be infecting other people, other vulnerable people around you by doing this. So stay inside, guys. It's not cool, and it's not big, and it's not clever. Sophie Turner out. She didn't.
She said that?
No, she didn't say that last one. But listen to that.
I wish she had, because that would have been so cool. That would have been I would have been all over that.
So she literally,
I would have done exactly what she said if she had said, Sophie Turner out.
So she literally said, fuck your freedom.
I don't really care at this point. I'll be honest with you.
That
go
outside. Stand out to anybody?
Don't go outside.
That doesn't raise
it's up to
an
you.
alarm bell for anybody. When someone in the mainstream tells somebody, fuck your freedom. Well, nobody's offended by this. People actually back that instead of being like, is she crazy? Fuck your freedom. Now she's talking about Evangeline Lilly in particular, but a lot of people can have this opinion, right? So she's basically saying, take your out. She's basically saying, fuck freedom.
Well, here,
That's what Sophie Turner said.
Can I tell you something?
I think that's the craziest thing I've heard in a long, long time.
Well, here's the thing. I really don't give a good God F about what movie stars or what. If someone comes on who's like the national director of, the CDC or the whatever it is. I love how we got rid of all the people who were in charge of epidemics and pandemics right before this happened, because it seemed to be unnecessary. You want to talk about a scandal? You want to talk about oh my God, look at this! Oh, look at what they did. They got rid of all the people who could actually deal with this. Isn't that strange? Isn't that weird how they did that? Yeah, that's what they did. But am I someone who's like, no, because it's Trump, and he's like, we're never gonna have an epidemic. That's my Trump.
The reason why you're like that is because you are what's called a system baby. See, now that you realize it and recognize it, embrace it.
You are the way you are.
Yeah.
Is because you're insane.
Oh yeah, sure, clearly insane. And so then now add another thing to this. So when Mayor Lori Lightfoot was like, "Oh, really, Chicago? You call this social distancing?" Then Governor Fathead, I mean J.B. Pritzker, he gets on and he's like, "My head's all gristle." But then he's like, "For anybody who was on the lake shore, for anybody who didn't listen to the mayor, this is a quote, dude. He said, "You are spitting in the face of every doctor and nurse that's trying to help this thing."
No, I understand.
So by going outside,
I understand
and
to a certain degree. No.
Understanding the risk, I think every single person goddamn knows what the fuck's going on. So yeah, they chose to live life. They chose freedom, and so for JB to be like, "You're spitting in the face of every doctor and nurse."
Well, no, because let's say you're doing. Let's say you're a very healthy person, right? You're a very healthy person, okay, and you're jogging, right? Let's say you're loaded with COVID, but it can't hurt you because you're super just like jacked. Your muscles are like bulging, like COVID is actually like popping out of your nipples because it's like I can't live inside this amazing freaking
Stop
body.
doing what you're doing.
I can't live in there. I can't live in that awesome body. But then there's like this like 70-year-old guy. He's walking home and he's got a 98-year-old mother and she's like, "Oh, she's not gonna starve as long as I'm alive." And he puts his groceries in his trunk and he turns his head and this guy's jogging right by him, shirtless, and
Stop it.
one of those COVIDs flies into his mouth and he's like, "Ha, sir!" Boom. Lands right in his mouth. He goes back, delivers the groceries to his mother. They hang out for an hour. That COVID is multiplying. Leaves a film of COVID. Comes back next week. Comes back the next week. And he's like, Mama, what do you need? I love you, Mama. I'll get you anything you need." And she's there dead on that table.
Stop fucking jostling
covered
the table, dude.
in COVID. We'll get a better table. She is covered in COVID from head to toe. And he's like, "Oh my God. If it weren't for that jogging, man, my mama'd still be alive."
I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
It's a parable.
Yeah, okay, so
Kind of like Jesus used to talk about.
use a thing where they deliver the food to you, right? Because people think that that's safe, where you can get your food delivered
not everybody
and
has
then
that
drop
kind
it
of,
off
has
right
that
on
kind
your
of
door.
kiss ass, boy.
Well, not everybody has a job anymore.
Including me.
Yeah,
Because I work in the food industry.
There's a lot of industries that are shut the fuck down, and they think that's a good idea to push us on the brink of global economic collapse. Over over a flu.
All right.
All right, so back to it. We're talking about Corona way too much.
Well, it's not that we're talking. It's not that we're talking about.
Alone forever.
Well, listen. It's not that we're talking about Corona way too much. When we have been hit with a pandemic that is probably one of the most gentle pandemics we could have gotten hit with. Like if we had gotten hit with measles or something serious.
The Spanish flu killed like how many million?
20 million. But the point is measles for every one person that's infected, because measles, like when you sneeze coronavirus into the air, it's usually in water droplets and it falls to the ground and then it basically stays on the ground. Measles, when you sneeze it into the air, it sits in the air for up to half an hour. Okay?
That's gross.
That is a long motherfucking time. I'm sorry I had a curse there, but that is a long time.
So there was, I just remembered this. So there was the videos. Do you remember the videos, or did you see them? That when it was kicking off in Wuhan or China, there were people literally collapsed on the ground. You remember these videos?
No.
Yeah, there's videos and pictures of people that are just laid the fuck out.
Uh-huh.
Where did that go?
I don't know.
Is that happening now?
I don't know.
No, because nobody's saying any shit like that.
No.
But that was part of the pushing of how serious and dangerous this was. That people were just collapsed in the street. But nobody... That stopped.
Well, maybe they were at the end stages. No, I mean, don't tell me that can't happen, because let's say they were at the very end stage of you know,
I'm not going to say either way what can
disease.
happen or what can happen, but I know that was happening on the reg in the beginning, and now now it's not happening.
I don't remember though.
If there were videos of that it would be out. It would be out for sure.
Would it?
Yes.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Only I get to touch that, motherfucker. But also, so let me just do this one last little Corona story.
Go for it.
And then let's move on. So the day after we recorded the last episode,
Yeah.
I went to my local grocer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of people call it a grocery
Charlie?
store.
Oh,
I call it a grocer.
I thought you knew him by name. It's like your local grocer, Charlie. It's like, hey, Charlie. It's like, yeah, well, I'm your local grocer.
So then I go to the store and I just buy what I need, you know. Toilet paper. Where are you at? Where the fuck is the toilet paper?
Does he look over at you and he's like, Charlie's like, I'm sorry, Doug. The aisle was full of toilet paper not an hour ago. I swear to God, I swear to Jesus, and you're like cussing him out. You're cussing each other.
Charlie, you son of a bitch. You're my local grocer.
Yeah.
So then I go and get into the checkout lane.
No.
Right? And then I put all my items on the belt.
He doesn't trust you just to eventually pay him at some point?
I don't like this bit. So then, I don't like it. Sorry.
Okay.
So I'm putting my grocery items on the belt.
Yeah.
And there's one person in front of me, and she's
Okay.
ready. She's almost done with her items, and she's about to pay and leave.
Yeah.
So then I, like a human, put my cart. You know, I go up just behind her, right?
Yeah.
And I'm waiting patiently, and then
Sure.
I hear from the cashier, that also rhymed, "Sir, you're too close. You need to step back behind the blue line." And I look at the ground, and there's a blue tape line. And she goes, "You need to step back behind the line because of social distancing." And I look down, and yes, there's a blue line tape there. And I look back, and there's blue lines that go back into the aisles
Sure.
of groceries, right? I couldn't help but laugh. As I'm going to follow the rules. I step back, right? But here's where it gets really stupid. So I got to step back because I'm putting everyone in danger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except this lady is about to check out. She's within arm's distance of the cashier, right? She's the other cashier in the other checkout lane is even closer to her. They're about to go ass to ass, and then there's baggers all over this place.
Did you say they were about to go ass to ass?
Yeah, they're that close.
They were going ass to ass.
If they both bent down for something, their butts would meet. And so,
like in Requiem for a Dream, where they're chanting, ass to ass, ass to ass. Kind of like
it was
that.
basically that. It was the Requiem for a Dream scene in the grocery store, and I'm the asshole.
All right.
So then I step back, right, and then the lady finishes her checkout, and then she's about to leave, and I'm gonna go forward with my cart.
Yeah.
But then the cashier's like, "Oh, we're playing this dumbass Monopoly game. You want to take it?" And she said, oh, I know we're in the throes of a pandemic, but you could fucking win Monopoly points or whatever the fuck, right? This is so stupid. And then the lady's like,
for real?
yeah, dude. And then the lady's gonna come back, and I'm like, oh, and I'm gonna move forward, but then I can't because she comes back, and I'm like, oh shit, I have to keep my social distance. Sorry, normally I don't yell.
Yeah.
But this made me mad. So then she gets her goddamn worthless, stupid ass Monopoly tickets and she leaves. So now it's my turn to go into the mouth of madness because I'm literally surrounded by. And if you think about it, I had to step back from my social distancing. These cashiers and baggers have had people, hundreds of people come through all day long.
Mm-hmm. Coughing on them, licking them, spitting on them, rubbing their faces for good luck.
Literally grabbing them by the pussy. And so, who needs to step back? You guys.
Yeah.
Not me. You guys are just being exposed all day long. So, in any event, I said, but that's fine. That's fine. You know why? Because I have that blue tape for the next person that's coming in. That's my one, ray of hope and sunshine that I won't be infected. I'm infected all around except for that one. And so the next guy comes in line.
The blue tape.
The next guy comes in line. He puts all his groceries on the belt, and he gets right behind me. And the cashier didn't say shit.
Didn't say shit.
Didn't say shit.
Because they got something going on.
Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah.
And then then another lady comes behind that guy, puts her stuff on the belt, and gets right behind him. So now social distancing's right out the window. Apparently I was the asshole, and now here we are in a full-blown orgy riot, New Pearl Harbor.
See, if it had, you're lucky it wasn't me, because I would have started screaming for Charlie. I'm like, I need Charlie. Where's Charlie? Bring Charlie right here. And then I would have been like, this freaking lady told me to back up, and now she's letting these two people do whatever they want.
But that's the whole thing. They wanted me to get upset, right?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do it.
But you wouldn't do it.
I just smiled.
Wow.
And now, when you go to the grocery store, they have a plastic partition that they screwed in, and it's right in front of the cashier. Except that the problem is where you pay. Like most people use their card. And
what store are you talking about?
Jewel.
Really?
And so I go to the freaking thing, and there's no plastic partition there. The whole thing is so stupid. It's so stupid. Okay? I'm done talking about this. God damn it.
I just think what it is that, we've gotten used to the fact that people live and then they die. We've totally forgotten about the fact that, there's disease, there's wild animals in the world.
We didn't forget about it. It's just that it hasn't been, exploded in the media.
Yeah, well.
Right? Like at any point,
explode a lot of stuff in the media and nothing happens. Nothing happens.
They pick and choose when they want to, say, oh, now be afraid of this, everyone. Now be afraid of this. I know that there's a flu and people can, get sick and die. And I'm pretty sure, the news is constantly changing. I'm pretty sure the regular flu has the coronavirus beat for fatalities in the year 2020.
No. You're wrong, actually. You're wrong. Because the regular flu is, I believe, 0.7, and the coronavirus is 1 point. What?
No, I'm talking about the cases, the actual factual death amounts.
Well, we're gonna have to look that up. We're gonna have to look that up for next time. We're gonna have to look at it. We're gonna have to look that up for next time. You're the child.
You're a child.
No, you're a child.
No, you are.
No, you.
All right, let's move on. Are we done? Can we stop talking about this shit?
When are we going to stop talking about the coronavirus? I swear. There is never going. Tom Hanks, is he okay? And that's all I care about right now. Right at this moment.
Yeah. No, he's not. He's an evil prick.
God, Tommy.
Tommy Hanks. You're a son of a bitch.
I want to be in that movie. I want to be in that movie where I have to be the one who's like...
Oh, God. Here we go.
We just lost one of the greatest actors of our generation. Starting from bosom buddies to Big
Cross-dressing.
to
Turner and Hooch.
Saving Private Ryan. This man.
An actual good movie. But
This man
too.
was a national hero, and now
A treasure.
And now he's dead because of you people not being willing to wash
stay
your
inside.
hands and stay inside. You know who I blame Tom Hanks' death on?
All the
You people!
Hey, while we're talking about that, let's just say this. Who are the real heroes? Who are the real heroes? We pay these people millions and millions of dollars to play pretend on camera, to play children's games. But what are they doing now? Nothing. Who's getting the job done?
The actual
local
people,
grocers, truck drivers, people making deliveries,
people in hospitals, people delivering food, people
healthcare. Yeah.
Those are the real people. And do you know who got tested first when they got their test kits? Professional NBA players.
Which, by the way, you can't have just a few guys in the NBA with it. If it's this contagious, everybody's going down.
But it's just such nonsense. It's like, okay, we've got 400 kits, and they're like, thank God. Okay, test everyone from the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Make sure that the Utah Jazz is okay.
Make sure they're okay.
Before anything happens.
Woo! Because next year, I got a feeling.
So, if one NBA player has it, they play games, obviously.
Yeah.
But then they have practice. Then they're around their agents, coaches, managers, their families. Plus, they like to bang a lot.
And they,
random people.
Each other in the showers. Who knows?
The whole entire NBA should have this. And their families.
Yeah.
And the coaches' families. And all these people. Man.
How about everybody should be able to be tested, except that we have no tests?
No, because if you get tested, you're going to test positive.
You say that, but then you say a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no, I know.
You say a lot of stuff that's nonsense.
You say a lot of stuff that's nonsense, too.
Oh, okay, well. You beat me to it. Wait.
It's all about timing.
Let's see what this one does. Wait.
Oh, I'm going to be using that a lot for you. Fuck, I'm glad you found that one. What's this one do?
Wow. That kind of like makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Like it's
People need a little more of this in their life. Whew. We made it through.
We made it through this.
We made it through to the other side.
Unbelievable. All right.
Let's move on, dude.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
All right, here we go. So.
A lot of people are afraid, right?
Yeah. So, a lot of people are afraid of contracting this, getting that.
Dying.
Everybody's afraid of dying.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but I like to tell people that death is it's the same as being alive, except you can't see, you can't hear, you can't taste, you can't feel.
You have no idea what you speak of.
And I mean, it's exactly so. There's no seeing, no smelling, no tasting, no hearing, and no touch. Other than that, it's exactly like being alive.
Yeah.
Which people don't realize.
Yeah. He doesn't know what he's talking about, guys. And so those are his opinions.
No, those aren't my opinions.
Those are his opinions.
Once you lose all your senses, that's what death is. It's not like, oh, I'm dead now.
Yeah, so no one in the world can figure out what happens after you die.
Mm-hmm.
So don't think that this asshole has the answers. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
Except that he probably does.
No, he don't. But in any event, we're trying to move on to irrational fears.
All right, irrational fears.
Irrational fears. You got any irrational fears?
No, but...
So yeah, irrational fears. I'll get into an irrational fear that I have.
Do you?
I do.
What's that?
So I love me some water parks. I'll get on a water slide, man. You can get I don't care what kind of water slide it is. I'll get on that motherfucker and I'll just fucking go. And if I fly right out, then I fly right out. I'm not scared of that. But what I am scared of is, let's say I get in this particular water slide that it's a body slide, one person slide, but it's like enclosed. It's like a little tube, you know. So it's dark and you're going and you're zigzagging.
Somebody's gonna get stuck, huh?
You're zigzagging when you go, and then when you get to the bottom, it's closed for some reason. But there's just enough of a hole where it's letting the water out, right? So then you hit the bottom and you're like, oh fuck.
And you're stuck.
You're stuck. And you can't get, there ain't no way in hell you're going to climb out, right?
No, because there's people coming.
Yeah, well, all you can hope for is that the people don't come. But for some reason, they just keep sending people. And now people are just sliding down, and they're packing you in, and you're stuck. Because I have claustrophobia. I have a lot of phobias. But, yeah, that thinking about that actually freaks me out. And what's weird is that the lifeguards at the top clearly see that nobody's coming out. But they keep sending people. Doesn't make any sense.
It seems like it's like they're neglecting.
It's almost like you're trapped in the seventh circle of hell. And what's weird is that was an episode on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. My favorite friggin' comedy show. Yeah, they go to a water park and they get stuck in, and they just keep sending people in. And you know who was playing the lifeguards?
Who?
Our boys from Game of Thrones.
Really?
Yeah. Weiss and what the fuck's his name?
Really?
Yeah, they were the lifeguards in that episode.
You know, I will admit, I have a lot of irrational fears. Like, I have a fear,
Come on, don't be afraid.
I have a fear called, FSP. Whenever I approach what I think is an attractive woman, I have this intense fear that I'm going to, FSP, as everyone knows.
No one knows. What's FSP?
I have this fear that as I say hello, I'm going to fart, shit, and then puke on her.
Oh yeah, FSP.
FSP.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody knew that. Yeah.
So it's like it's gonna be it's like gonna be like, oh hi. I'll see you later.
Forever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying everybody has the FSP fear, but I'm saying the FSP fear is a legitimate. Okay.
Jostling the table.
You're jostling the table. Yeah, but that is seriously. I almost like feel it in my intestines as I'm like
plums.
Like as I feel it in my plums. as I'm about to approach a lady, and it's like, hi, how are you? And it's just in me. Don't let that fart go, because it's gonna be a shark. It's gonna go, and then it's gonna be, I'm so sorry.
I think you could go to jail for that.
I think I could go to jail. I think so, but I also think that there is that one lady out there who is going to be so taken by the viewer. She's going to be like, you were just so nervous.
She's going to have chunks of puke in her hair and in her mouth, riddled with corona.
She's like, give me your hand.
You know what?
But why? And then she writes her phone number down there.
There's always some... Listen, people are into weird stuff.
Weird stuff.
It's true.
But I have plenty of those fears. I have plenty of fears that, like, I'm going to do stupid stuff. I'm going to say something stupid. And then, do you ever, like, sit in bed and just punch yourself in the face repeatedly for something that you said earlier in the day?
No, not once.
I have done that so many times. I'm like, why did you... And I'm not talking about, like, a light punch. I'm talking about like where I cock my hand up and
from the floor up.
And then I blast myself, and I'm like, you are a dumbass for having done or said that.
So it sounds like you're your worst enemy, because all the fears that are irrational that I have are like outside stuff. Every fear that you're talking about is something that you can't control yourself from doing.
No, not necessarily control myself from doing, but that I have done and then later regretted. You know what I mean? I could have controlled myself. I could have not done it.
Yeah, but you do it anyway.
But I do it anyway.
Yeah. Like an asshole.
Like an asshole.
I'll tell you the scariest thing that ever happened to me in my whole life.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
What
By the way, one other irrational fear that I have is to wake up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And go and do a number 1 in the toilet.
Yeah.
And then go, like, let's say I want a water, and then I go to the refrigerator and I open the door, and there's like an old person sitting at my kitchen table. That would scare the shit out of me. I would run out of the house and leave my wife and call her. I would call her and be like, hey.
You better get out of that house.
You gotta get out. Where the fuck are you?
I'm outside.
I'm outside. I'm at the park. I'm at the closed down park. So here's the scariest thing that ever happened in my goddamn life. So, a few years ago, I have a fear of heights. I have a fear of everything, basically, that I can't control. So, my wife Jenny wanted to go ziplining in Montana. We were on vacation. She's like, let's go ziplining. It'll help you get over your fear of heights. I'm like, I don't want to get over it, but you seem excited about it, so all right, I'll go do it. So we get to the place, and the two instructors, they were just like total like grip it and rip it dudes. They're like, all right, man, we're gonna go ziplining, man. Hey, it's gonna be totally awesome, totally cool, right? We're gonna grip it and rip it, and I'm just like, whatever. I don't need that enthusiasm. So then they're like, we redesigned the course, and so you used to have to walk all the way up this mountain, right, to get to the zipline stations. But now, for convenience, we've added a ski lift. And I was like, whatever. I've seen ski lifts on TV, so what's the big deal? So as we go, we do the first 2 zip lines. The first one was real like, it's bitch ass shit, right? It was like bitch ass shit. And I was like, okay, I got this. And the second one, it was a little more serious, right?
A little bit,
okay. The heights weren't bothering me because I was going fast. And I was secured in this thing, and I'm like, okay, good. So they're like, all right, guys, we're going to totally just walk a little bit. We're going to get to this ski lift, and then we're going to get to the next totally awesome, totally rad zipline station, right? And I'm like, okay. And as I'm standing in line, I'm looking at the people getting on the zipline. I mean, the ski lift.
Well, whatever, yeah.
The ski lift. No, the ski lift.
Yeah, okay, what happens?
And I'm like, I don't think I like this. I don't think I like the look of this. And then there was an option to pull the bar down, you know? And I'm like, to Jenny, I'm like, hey, should we pull the bar down? Should we pull the bar down? And she's like, only pussies do that.
What? She said that to you?
And I'm literally looking, nobody's pulling the bar down, right? So I'm like, all right, you gotta keep the bar up. And so I get on.
What do you care with it? Pull the bar down!
Well, if I knew any better, I wouldn't even be
anywhere near that place.
So then it scoops you up. The seat you're sitting on is this big. Literally this big, right? And we're just going up into a mountain.
At a 90-degree angle.
Just straight up, dude. And immediately, I have never had a panic attack in my life. I had a full-fledged, full-blown panic attack. I start motherfucking her. I start sweating profusely. I think tears were coming out of my face. I'm like, you think this is a fucking game? You think this is a motherfucking game, right? Yeah. And she's never seen me like this because usually I'm a cool cucumber. You know what I mean?
All right.
Cool, calm, and collected. That's how I roll. Except now I'm freaking out, sitting on a thing that's about 6 inches big with this contraption on me. And
but you're used to sitting on things that are 6 inches big. And I could not. Could not.
And so she's like laughing hysterically because she's never seen me like this. And I'm like, laugh, motherfucker, laugh. I think her sister was in this thing in front of us and turning around like, what's happening back there? I'm losing my shit. Ski lifts? You guys just get on ski lifts?
Unreal, that's crazy.
I forbid my daughter from ever getting on a ski lift, right?
Because of that one stupid experience.
It's going up, and it's like, I think if there was snow down, it wouldn't have been so crazy. Mm-hmm. But there was no snow. All there was just jagged rocks, mountains, and I was compelled to jump.
And
that's part of the fear. I'm here with you, so no, I can't. and all I could do was
look up. I wish you had. It would have been such a cool story.
Something was compelling me to jump, and I had to look up. And every time it hits that little wheel turner thing, it jostles the fucking thing. I'm like, oh motherfucker, we're going down.
Well, because you hit the thing and you got to keep going further, right? Because there's the pole in there, and
it's got to keep setting you up. And so that was horrendous, right? And I got off the thing. And you have to carry.
What happened when you got off?
I started motherfucking the instructors, the too cool for school guys.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, man, we could totally get you down, but like you're all the way up in this mountain now. There's no way down unless you zip line
or roll or ski down.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck. And so I had to just zip line it out because I know if I would have quit, they could have. If I went to the next one, they could have sent a truck and she would have went with me to.
But you couldn't.
She wanted to do it so bad. No, I couldn't.
You couldn't have done it to her.
That's like, true love.
My tough, cool husband who I just married, who's so tough, who's so cool, and then all of a sudden he's at the top. I can't do this. This is so high. Like, can they send a truck?
Yeah.
That's kind of how it went down. Don't tell me,
Hey, but guess what, motherfucker?
What?
I finished it out.
Well, all right.
I zip-lined all the way down, and we'll never do that bullshit again. And then my cousin, a few years later, has a wedding in a mountain.
Yeah, on top of a mountain.
Where you have to take a goddamn ski lift to. And I was like, no. I'll see you down here for the reception. I'm not going to that goddamn. I'm not getting on a ski lift ever again in my life.
But it's different. Can I tell you something? It's different being on a ski lift when there's actual snow underneath you.
That's what I'm saying.
But when there's just fucking nothing, it's not as much fun.
Pain? Yeah, no, that wasn't so fun.
Can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Which would you rather? Which would you rather? Okay, here's the situation. You have a terminal disease, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the person you love most in the world, deep in their brain, there's this little nodule. And if you eat this nodule, you will be saved. If you eat that tiny little piece, but there's no way getting into it safe. You gotta just tear the whole brain open and eat that nodule and you'll be safe, okay? So, in order for you to be safe, you basically have to kill the person you love.
Okay.
You know that. That person knows that. But let's say...
It's a Mexican standoff.
Yeah, it's a Mexican standoff, but let's say it's the reverse situation. Let's say the doctor, for some God unknown reason, pulls you into the room and he tells you, you got this little thing in your brain. It can save the person you love most. It's here and it's stuck right in your brain. The only way that this person is going to live is if they just hacksaw in your brain. I'm giving you this information. That's as far as it goes. And you walk out of that room. Do you tell that person what that doctor just told you, or are you like, baby, it's terminal?
Well, this is weird.
This is a difficult choice. Well, you know what I mean?
Here's the thing. I do have a wife.
Yeah. I was trying not to say that.
Yeah.
I was trying to make it as, obtuse and just,
I think
obscure as possible.
Basically, what you have to do is weigh your options.
Yeah.
You gotta say, like, well...
She knows she can save your life with that thing in her head.
Yeah, but...
Right? But what she doesn't know is that if she is the one who has the mortal disease, that you've got one of those things in your head too.
So what are you saying? That we're both terminally ill?
You're both... No. What I'm saying is there's two situations. One where you're terminally ill, and she knows that she can sacrifice herself and let you live.
Eat a piece of her brain.
If you eat a piece of her brain, you live. But in the reverse situation, okay, where, she's the one that's terminally ill.
But she doesn't know.
She doesn't know
your brains.
that if she eats that little pineal gland or whatever it is, she can live a nice, healthy life. She can live up to 137.
I'm going to weigh out all the stuff. Like, which one of us contributes more to society?
Yeah.
Who has more fun with hobbies?
Yeah.
Like, who's going to live?
Who's going to live the better life?
The better life, right?
Yeah.
So, it depends. It depends on what, if she likes to sew.
I mean, this is a difficult question. I wouldn't have asked you if it was like an easy question. It's a difficult question.
If her hobby is like sewing or knitting.
Sure.
And my hobby is like doing podcasts.
Yeah.
Well, she's got to go. You gonna make one fucking sweater?
Yeah.
I'm trying to reach the masses.
Masses to help them out. Give them a brighter day. I guess.
Obviously.
Whatever. Yeah.
Obviously, in a real world scenario, I'm gonna do the right thing.
You're gonna do the right thing?
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, yeah, I got this stupid thing in my friggin' brain.
Well, it also comes down to this.
Yeah.
You gonna take a bullet for someone?
That's different, though. Do you know the reason?
Really,
no,
though.
The reason it's different is because you almost don't think about it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, in that sense, yeah. But if it was pre-planned,
yeah, it's a lot tougher. Like let's say
shoot one of you.
Let's say somebody busted into the store and started like shooting. I wouldn't jump in front of you. Well, no, listen.
Pull you in front of me.
Well, wait. Thanks, but.
And then
I like that.
And
but
wait.
Literally,
I
wouldn't jump in front of you because I care that much about you. It would just be like a natural reaction, like to try to, avoid it. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I would pull you in front of me while you take the bullets, and then real quick, I would rub the blood on you and rub it all on me and just pretend to be dead.
Yeah.
And then
Thanks.
open one eye and then, he's pretending.
April Fools!
It is April Fool's.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
What would I do?
Rascal.
What would I do? In either case, I would do as much as I could so that I would have the best chance of survival. So if she knew that she had to give up that part of her brain, I'd be like, let's just do an exploratory brain surgery. They say you're gonna die, but you don't know that. And, I'd give her a lot of hugs. And then, when eventually she died, and I lived because I noshed on that part of the...
What if it was your kid?
Oh, fuck. Don't be a dick. If it was my kid, if I had a kid, and oh, man, yeah. That would be a long, tough talk. And then throwing him off that boat into that lake.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'd feel guilty for a few weeks, man.
I would tell your kid too. No, he has a choice.
Shut up! Don't tell him.
I'm being honest with you. He didn't talk to you about this? So even if he does, okay, I made the right decision. Yeah. Well, it took you 2 fucking weeks.
All right, good enough.
Coronavirus.
This is the coronavirus episode, and the last time we will ever talk about coronavirus.
I doubt it.
Because we will never talk about coronavirus ever again, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. No, hey, before we go, anyone who watches this, the 100 people, I don't know how. I don't have 100 friends, and yet 100 people watch this show at least. That blows my mind.
The last one's got over 100. The other one's like
who are you people?
200. The one.
Who are you people watching?
500s, 1,000. It's fucking crazy. But we love it.
Don't you have better things to do with your life?
No, they don't. Watch the show and be entertained.
Watch the show. There you go.
But could you also subscribe?
Subscribe. That is the most important thing. Subscribe. If you subscribe, that gives us the ability to do so much more.
Yes, and we want to do more. We want to keep growing and make this.
Watching the show is wonderful.
The best part.
Watching the show is wonderful, but when you subscribe, we get the ability from YouTube to grow. You know, whether it's to get sponsors, whether it's we can do so much more. So we really truly appreciate you watching. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell icon. Tell your friends.
Tell your enemies. Tell your friends.
Tell everyone you can. Bring them over.
Tell your significant other. Tell
all you gotta do.
Mistresses. Tell your hot boys. Tell your fuck boys.
I got an easy one. I got an easy one. All you do is you call up as many people as you know, and you're like, yeah, I got the coronavirus cure. Yeah, what? Coronavirus cure.
Yeah.
And when they all show up, you put this video on.
Tint podcast. Coronavirus cure.
I mean, in a way, it's kind of is.
If you think about it,
yeah,
you can't prove that it's not.
You can't prove that it's not, and that's all that is. That's all that matters. All right,
guys. Thanks so much. We're gonna make it through this goddamn plague pandemic.
One day.
Keep putting out episodes, and we thank everyone.
And we also this isn't happening this week or next week, but in 2 weeks, we're gonna have a poll, or it's gonna be like a pool. You can bet on which one of us is gonna die first, and you can win money, prizes. It's gonna be great.
Don't say that.
It's gonna be wonderful.
We don't have nothing to give them.
Well,
and everybody knows that it's gonna be you that goes first. So
go to hell. All right, take it easy.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.